Hey, I'm Rabia. Today I'm sharing with you 10 Design Space secrets that most Cricut crafters don't know. Number 1, did you know that you can rename layers in Design Space? So here I've got a project with loads of different flowers on the canvas. You might be doing a project where you've got a lot of stuff going on. And here, 3 of my layers have got the same name, so it's not that easy to know which is which. So what I can do is double click on the name of the layer, and now it becomes an editable text box. So I can start giving each of them a unique name to make things easy for me when I'm doing my project. Number 2, I will show you another secret in the layers panel. So you can see here I have a few design elements on my canvas and I want to rearrange them. For example, I want the hello to be at the very top, and then the circle, then the octagon. Now you might have been using the arrange tool up here at the top of the canvas to move things in front and behind each other. But another way of doing it is actually in the layers panel, because if you click on a layer and then you drag it, you can see that actually you can move it to be on top of other layers. So the layer at the very top will be the one which is topmost on the canvas. So if I now want to bring my circle to be on top of the octagon, I just click on circle in the layers panel and drag it into place. And now you can see I've got everything exactly as I want it arranged on my canvas. Number 3, you might have sometimes heard about new features coming out in Design Space, but you're not seeing them in your own version of Design Space yet. And that is because usually what Cricut does is they roll out the feature in batches, so not every user gets it on the same day. But if you really can't wait, there is a secret way of doing this, which is going to the hamburger menu at the top left of your canvas, and then you select settings. And if you change your application experience to beta, then what Design Space will do is it will give you the most current version of Design Space with all of the new fancy features that they may have released. What will happen when you click on this is that the app will stop and restart to bring up all the new features for you. But if you really can't wait, this is how you can get hold of them. For number 4, this is a secret which will hopefully help you save time when you're crafting. You might have already seen that Cricut have started putting keyboard shortcuts into Design Space. Those are really fantastic for you to learn because it just means you can do things so much quicker. For example, if I want to select all of these circles on my canvas, one way of doing it is to click and drag across all of them, and that will select it for me. The other option is to click on select all up at the top. But actually, the more you design, the more you'll see that it's handy to not have to use your mouse so much and actually just use the keyboard. So you can use the keyboard shortcut Command A, and you can see that has selected all of the items for us. And this is really handy, especially when you want to say grab all your items and, for example, resize everything all together, or maybe you want to change the color of all of your items in one click. Then Command A is a really handy way of doing that. Tip number 5, sometimes maybe when you're browsing images, you like so many different things, you dump them all on the canvas. And now you have a big mess just like this. You just can't think, you don't know exactly which image you want to work with, but you don't want to delete the ones that you're not sure about because you might change your mind. So there is a way of sort of temporarily deleting these images, but they will still stay on your canvas. What you'll do is go over to the layers panel and you'll see a little eye that pops up. If you click on this, then what that will do is hide that layer. So that image is still here on the canvas. We haven't deleted it. We've just hidden it from view. If I want to get it back, I'll just click on that eye again and you will see it comes straight back. So this is really great when you've got too much going on the canvas. You just need to hide a few things for a little bit so you can make some decisions about what you're crafting, but without losing any of those elements that you spent ages looking for in the image search. Number 6, this is a really cool new update that has come into Design Space that I don't think many people are really aware of, which is that when you're working with text, you can actually change the size of the text box. So I know you're probably thinking, okay, sure, I can resize the text box. That looks kind of fun, but how is it actually useful when I'm crafting? Let me tell you how. Let's take this project as an example. I'm making a birthday card and my idea is to have the words happy birthday running all the way across the card, kind of continuously scrolling. So I've written happy birthday, copied it multiple times in my text box. And now you'll see what happens when I change the size of my text box. You can see how it automatically adjusts the text to fit within the new size of text box. So you can see how cool that looks and how much quicker that was than physically trying to type out my text to look like this. And the other great feature about being able to resize the text box is that if you click and drag from one of the corners, you can also now resize your text. so that you're not having to sort of estimate up here using the font size. You can just resize the text box and get your text to fit exactly the space that you're working in. Tip number 7 is for all of you sticker makers out there. Did you know that you can fill shapes on your canvas, not just in solid colors? The way to do this is to first of all select the element you want to fill with a pattern, and very importantly, first of all, you go to operation and you change it from a cut or whatever it was to a print then cut. It doesn't work unless you do this. Then, if you click on the color swatch, you can see you can now select pattern. And all these cute patterns will pop up. You can select and it will fill your object with that pattern. Just to show you, if I don't change the operation type to print then cut, under the color swatch, you don't get the option of pattern fill. So that part is really important. Number 8, not many people know that you can actually print and cut with a writing style font. The way to do this is once you're happy with your design and you've got your writing style font set up how you want to print on the sticker, you have to select everything that will be in your sticker and you select flatten. And this will now print but with a writing style font. If you want to do this without a background shape, as in my first example, it's still possible. All you have to do is change the operation to print and cut. And again, now this will print instead of actually being drawn with a pen. Number 9, if you ever decide that you want to get rid of this background grid that is on the canvas, it's really simple to do. If you hover over the very top left-hand corner of the canvas and click, you'll notice that the canvas then toggles between a small grid, blank, and a large grid. And number 10, this is a really great one for all of you out there who love to be organized in life digitally as well. When you go under My Stuff and you've got all the projects that you've saved there, you're able to create collections, so you can order your projects into different folders based on a theme. So you can see these are the collections that I've created. If you're not a Cricut Access subscriber, you can make 5 of these folders completely for free. If you are an Access subscriber, then there's no limit on how many folders you can create, and you can have up to 1,000 projects in each folder. And just so you know, if you do decide to delete the collection, it doesn't delete all of the projects within that collection, it just gets rid of that folder that you had made. So there we go, 10 Design Space secrets that I hope will make using Design Space even easier for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, then check out this playlist of other Design Space tutorials from me. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Until then, happy crafting!